Hi, I'm Tammy Lee Webb, and welcome to Total Body Stretch for Beginners. When we think of exercise, aerobic or muscle conditioning come to mind. However, stretching is very important and should be done every day. No matter if you're getting ready to work out, or maybe you just finished a workout, or maybe you just need a break from working at your desk. This video was designed to best fit your lifestyle. With 3 total body stretch routines, one standing, one in a chair, and one on the floor, you have a choice to do all 3 together or choose one total body stretching for approximately 10 minutes. Before we begin, there's a few stretching techniques I'd like to cover. It's always best if your body is warmed up before stretching. A brisk walk or an easy jog for maybe 2 to 3 minutes will elevate your heart rate, increase your circulation, and make stretching a little bit easier. Next, you need to learn to breathe on your stretches. Don't hold your breath. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Next, our pelvis is a center point to our lower body. It can tilt side to side, it can tilt forward, or it tilts back. By doing this, you increase the flexibility of the stretch for the lower body exercises. How far do you stretch? Well, the rule of thumb is listen to your body. Go to the point of discomfort, but never to the point of pain, okay? Now, you should be wearing clothing that allow you freedom of movement and are comfortable. And you have choice of wearing shoes or going barefooted. With all that in mind, we're ready to begin. We're gonna start with an overhead stretch. Let's take your arms overhead, inhale, cross them on top, lift as high as you can. Now cross one leg in front of the other. Now as you exhale, lean your body over to one side. Feel the stretch all the way from your hip, up your waist, into the upper back, and your shoulders and arms. Good, bring this up, release it down, and let's do that again. Cross your arms up on top, reach up nice and high, cross the other leg over, deep breath in, and as you exhale, lean your body over to the side. This is a great overall side body stretch. And bring it up and release it. Roll your shoulders. We're going to take your right arm back over your head, place your hands between your scapula. Take the other arm up, press the elbow down as you lift your head up. You'll feel a stretch in the back of the upper arm, which we call the tricep. Deep breath in, and as you exhale, try and press that elbow down a little bit further. Very important. Any upper body movement that you plan on doing, activities, you want to make sure that you're very limber in the shoulder, triceps, and neck area. Release that down, and let's try it to the other side. Hand comes up between the shoulder blades. Bring your other arm up. Press that elbow down as you lift your head up. Feel the stretch all the way in the upper part of the arm, right along here. You feel that? Continue to breathe. Deep breath in and exhale. And when you exhale, try and press that elbow down a little bit further, going through the stretch. Remember, you want to increase your flexibility or your range of motion. And release it and exhale down. Let's roll the shoulders a couple times. Okay, we're going to move to stretching the chest. So take your feet shoulder width apart. Your hands are clasped behind you. Now you're going to take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, lift your arms up behind you, press your chest forward and your shoulders back. Ready? Inhale. Exhale, lift those arms up. Feel the stretch all the way across the front. You should feel it in the chest and the shoulders and all the way down the arms. Excellent. Bring it on down. Feet come together. You're going to take one arm, bring it across your body. With the other arm, pull that arm close to your body and look the opposite direction. We're stretching the deltoid or the shoulder muscle. If you're getting ready to golf or play tennis, shoot some hoops, you want to stretch the deltoids. Deep breath in and exhale and release it. Try it on the other side. The arm comes across, the other arm pulls it in close to our body, and we look the opposite direction. Whatever we do to one side, we do to the opposite to keep our balance in our body. And release it down. Roll those shoulders back. Now, with your feet shoulder width apart again, we're going to stretch the small of our back. Hands on your thighs. You're going to come down to a half squat. In this position, you're going to round your back and drop your chin. Ready? Deep breath in. Exhale, round your back. Drop your chin down. Relax those shoulders, pulling your abdominals in, feeling a nice stretch in the low back. And release it to its natural position. And again, deep breath in. Exhale, round this. This will feel great if you've been sitting on a plane all day or sitting at your desk and you need to stretch that back. And release it and come all the way up. Now, bring your hands together in a prayer position. Drop your shoulders and your elbows out. For any of you that spend a lot of time using your hands or your wrists, such as working at a computer, maybe playing piano, guitar, you need to stretch, okay? Tilt the palms down and feel the stretch. Go up through the wrist and into the forearms. Do you feel that? Yeah, right along here. Feels great, and it only takes a second. And bring it back up and release. Okay, our next stretch is for a rotator cuff. And if you do a lot of sports for upper body, sometimes you can get some discomfort back in your deltoid. So take the back of your hand, place it on the side of your body. With your other arm, place it on your elbow. Now gently bring that elbow in towards your body. Do you feel that stretch? Yeah, right along here. Very important to stretch. Release it. Let's try it on the other side. Back of the palm. And you'll notice one side is a little bit harder to do than the other, because if you're right-handed, you'll find that your right side is a little bit tighter than the left. And release. Let's move down to the lower part of the body. Take your feet shoulder width apart. With your hands back, you're going to take a deep breath in. As you exhale, lean your body forward. Keep the back straight, lengthen the spine, stop about right there. Shift your weight to the back of your heels. Did you feel that? You felt the stretch all the way up the back of the thighs. Now if you can, lean forward a little bit more, just to the point of tightness and not pain. Stretching those hamstring muscles, the back of the upper thigh. Bend your knees, hands on your thighs, and roll it up. Good. Let's do the same stretch, but with our feet together. Hands back, and deep breath in, and lean it forward. Lengthen that spine, stop about right there. Shift the weight back into your hips, into the heels, and now continue down with the torso, feeling the stretch move all the way up. Breathe, it'll make it a lot easier. Very important muscle to stretch if you're gonna do any sports or activities. And bend your knees, hands on your thighs, and roll it up. Good. Place one foot in front and the other back. Bend the back knee, and I want you to sit back as if you're going to sit into a chair. Place your hands on the thigh. This leg is straight, and your hip should be parallel with me. Now bring the toe up, and you're going to feel the stretch move from your foot, behind your ankles, all the way up the back of your thigh into the gluteus area. So we're getting the calves, we're getting the hamstring, and the gluteus. Lengthen that spine over, set that foot down, and roll it up. With the back leg, extend it back a little bit further. Lower your body about halfway. Take your hands on your hips. Tilt that pelvis forward. Now you should be feeling a stretch in the quadricep and the hip flexor. You feel that? If you're finding that you're having a little trouble balancing, work with it, okay? You need to work on your balance. Those are your stabilizer muscles. And release, come up. One more quad stretch. This one is a little bit more advanced. I like to bring my arm out to help me balance. I bring my foot back, I bend my base leg, and I pull my heel in. Now if you'll focus on something straight ahead, it'll help you balance. Once again, stretching the quadricep, the largest group of muscles in our body. Release and let go. Good, let's try it on the other side. Extend this leg, bend through the back, press your hips back, hands on your thigh, lengthen this leg and lengthen your spine. Let's bring the toe up. Feel the stretch come all the way up into the calf muscle, behind the knee, up through the back of the thigh called the hamstring and in to the little connection of the gluteus maximus. That would be our buttocks. Feel that stretch, breathe through it, set the foot down, roll yourself up, and extend that leg back. We're gonna lower our body down just about here, halfway, tilt the pelvis forward, and once again, you're gonna feel that stretch in the quadricep and the hip flexor. Again, focus straight ahead, it'll help you balance. And moving on to the more advanced, bring it up. Now it's still for beginners, but I'm just showing you that this move takes a little bit more balance and coordination, okay? Bring the heel in, focus, and stretch the quadriceps. And release it, and shake it out. Didn't that feel great? Okay, we're gonna move into the inner thighs now. Those are stabilizer muscles that I was just talking about that help us balance. Okay, with your feet apart, take your pelvis and shift it to one side. Now some of you are already gonna feel the stretch right along here, the adductor muscles. Now on this side that is tilted, I want you to bend that knee and lunge into it. Keep your torso upright. How far you go depends on your range of flexibility. Again, you should be feeling this all along that extended leg in the inner thigh. Bring it up. Let's try it on the other side. Shift, bend through this knee or lunge, and feel the stretch all the way down this thigh. So let's say you're playing some football or you're sumo wrestling, you gotta squat down, you need to stretch your adductors. Come on up and bring it in. One last stretch for our outer hips and thighs. You're gonna bend down into a half squat, bring this leg up, sit down into it, and you're gonna feel a nice stretch back here in the hip area. Do you feel that? This one's a real important stretch if you're doing lateral movement. I have to stretch this every time I play tennis. It gets so tight on me, and it feels good. Bring it up. Let's try it on the other side. Come down, cross the leg over, sit down in it, feel the stretch. Remember, find that range of motion that is best for you and your body. And release it and roll it up. Excellent. That is your standing routine. For your next total body stretch, you'll need a chair. One that you can sit with your feet flat on the floor and right on the edge. We're gonna start with a chest stretch. Place your hands back on the back side of your chair. Lean back slightly, take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, push your chest up toward the sky. Press your arms back, shoulders back, and breathe. You're gonna feel a nice stretch all along the front of your chest and shoulders. Release that, take another deep breath in, ready, press the chest up, shoulders back, and breathe through the stretch. Excellent. Now opposite of the chest stretch is for our upper back. So bring your arms out in front, clasp the hands together, just like I'm gonna pull on them. Press them toward me, separate the scapulas, drop the head down, round the back, and feel the stretch all along the upper back and shoulders. Totally opposite of what we just did. Release it, deep breath in, exhale, press your arms toward me, round the back, drop the chin, feel the stretch. And bring it up and release. Excellent. Let's take your right leg, cross it over, sitting up nice and tall. With the opposite arm, come across, take the other arm back behind you, and you're gonna take a deep breath in, and when you exhale, look behind you, okay? Here we go. Inhale, exhale, turn, look behind. You'll feel a stretch in the torso, the low back, the sides, and release, and bring it forward. Good, let's try it on the other side. Cross the left over right, opposite side. And if you need to hold on to the back of your chair with the other arm, that's perfectly fine. Ready? Deep breath in, exhale, and turn. Still lifting in the torso, lengthening the spine, breathing through the stretch. Release it, come back. Good. From here, we're gonna stretch the back of our shoulders. I want you to take one arm, slide it across your thighs, lean forward, and as you do, you're gonna feel the stretch come along this side of the deltoid. With the other arm, reach just slightly across your legs. It's not that you have to touch the floor, it's just enough to get your shoulders square to the floor so that you feel the stretch in the deltoid. Breathe, exhale, and release. Good, let's try it on the other side. Take this arm, slide it across your thighs, square your shoulders off by dropping this shoulder down and across, and reach over with the other arm. Deep breath in, exhale, and let your body relax. Relax your shoulders. Release it and come up. Excellent. How did that feel? From here, we're going to go into our tricep stretch. You're going to take your arm up, place it back, behind, right between the scapulas. With the other hand, press the elbow down, lift your head, and did you feel it? It's right along here in the back of the upper arm, which we call the tricep. Sit up nice and tall. Exhale, press that elbow down. Now just slightly tilt your body to the side. Do you feel the lats come in? Yeah, right along here. And bring it up and open. Let's try it on the other side. Hands placed between the scapulas. Lift your head up. Feel the stretch. Enjoy the stretch. A lot of people tighten up during the stretch. Relax. The more you can relax, the better you can stretch. Tilt it to the side. And release it. I have one more stretch for your bicep. Place your thumb on the back of your palm. Extend the arm forward and press your hand back just slightly. Not enough that you're trying to hyperextend the wrist, but enough so you feel a stretch all the way up the arm into the bicep. Let's try it on the other side. And release. Now the rest of the stretches are going to be for the lower body. So make sure that you're sitting at the edge. You're going to extend one leg out. Lean slightly forward. And remember we talked about the pelvis? I want you to tilt the pelvis back. Now some of you are already feeling the stretch in the back of the upper thighs. For others, you're going to lean forward a little bit more and find that range of flexibility. If you can extend and reach towards your foot, better yet. Bring the foot up or dorsiflex. Feel that stretch move up the back of the thigh, from your calf muscles, behind your knees, and all the way up through the hamstring. Excellent. Release that, roll it up. Let's take the same leg, cross it over, and we'll move into a stretch for our outer thigh. Sitting up nice and tall. Some of you, by just sitting up tall and pressing that knee down, is going to feel the stretch. For others, find that range of motion. If you're very flexible in the hips, lean the torso forward until you feel the tightness right in here. Remember, stretching to the point of tightness but never pain. I feel it about right there. Oh, this is where I am not flexible, is in my hips. And release it and come on up. Excellent. Let's go back to that hamstring stretch on the other leg. Extend that leg out, sit up nice and tall, slightly lean the torso forward. Hold it about right there. Tilt that pelvis back. Do you feel the stretch? You should feel it right back in here, right in the hamstring. If you're ready, you're going to take that torso down a little bit further, reaching towards your foot. Flex that foot now. Feel the stretch move up through the back of the lower leg and the calf muscle, moving up behind the knee, up behind the upper thigh, and into the gluteus. Excellent. Release it and come on up. Take that same leg, cross it over, sit up nice and tall. Again, you can either press this knee down and feel the stretch right back in here, or you can take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, lower the torso forward and feel the stretch. Notice I get a bigger smile when I get to that point of tightness, and that's it. And I get so tight in the hips because a lot of the exercises that I do are with tennis, or I'm always teaching a muscle class, and so I'm contracting the muscle and tightening them up. And what I need to do is to relax and lengthen the muscle. So that's why I'm doing this. Breathe through it and come on up and relax. Good job. Now, for the inner thighs, you're gonna sit back on your chair, take the feet out nice and wide, sit up nice and tall, place your hands on your thighs, and again, you're gonna lean the torso forward as you press your knees back with your hands. Now, some of you will feel it again right here. For others, you may need to come down a little bit further, place your hands down the lower part of your legs, and press your knees away from your body. If you're finding that you're too much weight coming forward, place one hand up, scoot your body back, and press those knees out, stretching the inner thigh or adductor muscles. Release that, come on up. Let's do that one more time. Ready? Extend in the torso, lean forward, feel the stretch come right through here. Press the knees back and breathe. Excellent. Come on up and bring it in. Now, we're going to move to the largest group of our body, which is the quadricep. On this one, you'll need to move to the side of your chair. Extend one leg back, the other leg is forward. Make sure that this back knee is at least underneath your hip. Sitting up nice and tall, all you need to do is slightly lean back, tilt that pelvis forward, and you're going to feel a stretch in the quadricep and moving up into the hip flexor. Any activity that requires you to move your lower body, which is most of them, is going to require that you stretch your quadriceps. And the hip flexors are connected to the quadriceps, so of course they just stretching together. Bring it back in, and let's try it to the other side. Position. Extend this leg back, the knee is bent, the body is upright. You're going to lean back into it just enough so that you feel it start stretching right here in the quadricep and up the thigh into the hip flexor. And breathe and release. Excellent job. Now that completes your total body stretch in your chair. Our third and final total body stretch is done on the floor. So we're going to start with our hands and feet shoulder width apart into our cat position. Ready? You're going to take a deep breath in. As you exhale, round the back, tuck your pelvis under, drop the head, relax those shoulders, don't pull them up to your ears. Pull your abdominals in and release it. Let your body go back to a natural position. Excellent. Let's do that again. Deep breath in. Exhale and round the back, stretching that low back. Excellent if you've been sitting in a chair or on your feet all day. And release it into a natural position. Moving on, you're going to just sit back into your heels, into a Buddha stretch. Reach out with those arms. Lower your head down. Feel a nice stretch in your lats and your shoulders and your arms. Exhale. And slightly come up. You're going to take one arm, slide it under the other, and reach over to that side. And you're going to look underneath the arm, and you're going to get a nice stretch on the shoulder or the deltoid area. Continue to breathe. And bring it back up. And let's try it on the other side. Extend that arm, drop the other one under, and reach and look under that arm. Feel a nice stretch in the back of the shoulder. And bring it back around and roll it up. Okay, now this one we're going to move to your inner thigh. So what you need to do is come up, spread your knees out, and instead of going forward, I want you to move your hips back. Remember we talked about the hips? Kind of move them back and opening up your thighs, and you're going to feel it right in here in the inner thighs. Now, once you find that position, then I want you to lower your body down just until you feel a nice, comfortable holding spot. That's mine right there. I feel it in my inner thighs. I'm stretching to the point of tightness and not pain. I'm breathing, and I release and come on up. Excellent. Bring your legs across so that they're both bent. Sitting up nice and tall, we're gonna stretch in our hip, and all you have to do is lean the torso forward. Once again, find your range of motion. Here we go. Inhale, exhale, and just crawl forward, keeping those hips attached to the floor. Now right here, you can kind of move your torso and get a nice feel for where it is that you best feel it right back in here in your outer hip area. And for me, it's right here in this position. Once I find it, I breathe deeply and relax my body and bring it up. Excellent. Leaning out to the side, you're gonna pull this heel up behind you, and we're gonna go to stretching the front of the thigh. Extend that leg back. Make sure that the knee is in line with your hip. So in other words, it's not up and it's not down. Relax your shoulders, relax your body. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. And come on up. Extend this leg out. This leg is bent with the foot flat against your thigh. With this foot flexed, you're going to take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, lean out toward that extended leg. Now I know that some of you are doing this right now. All I want you to do is place your hand around your knee and just lift in the torso, tilt the pelvis back, and feel the stretch in the hamstring. For others, I know you can go down a little bit further, and if you can touch the foot or go past it, then do so. Breathe through the stretch. Did you feel that? In the back of the upper thigh called the hamstring. Release it, come on up. Switch your legs over to the other side. Sitting up nice and tall, once again for this hip. Leaning it forward, keeping those hips attached to the mat or to your floor. Once again, walking over to the side, wherever it's comfortable, finding that right spot to stretch your hip. Once you find that spot, deep breath in, exhale, let it out, and bring it back up. Excellent. Did you feel that right in here? Okay, let's lean it to the side, bring your foot back, keep your knee underneath your hip, relax your shoulders, pulling that foot in towards your body, stretching the front of our upper thigh called the quadriceps. Feel the stretch, breathe through it, relax the body. Excellent. Come on up, extend that leg out in front of you. This one is bent with the foot right next to this thigh. Sitting up nice and tall. Again, if this is very difficult for you, all I want you to do is hold onto your little thigh, sit up nice and tall, tilt that pelvis back, and hold it here, okay? Eventually, you'll make it down to here. And then, you'll make it down to here. And then, I can't do the next part. You can put your face down onto your knees, but it's not necessary. Just stretch to the point of tightness. And exhale, and release it up. Remember, if that was a little difficult, don't worry. Each time will get easier and easier. Let's lean to the side, extend this bottom leg out, take the top leg in front, with the knee bent, place this arm in front of that knee. Lengthen your spine, press into that knee, and look to the opposite direction. This is another variation of the torso twist. Exhale, feel a nice stretch along the sides, the low back, and release. Excellent. Let's try to the other side. Extend the bottom leg, take the top leg and cross it. Arm, lengthen the torso, press into that knee as you look the opposite direction. And release it. Okay, have a seat, whatever feels comfortable. If it's the legs crossed, legs out in front, whatever is best for you. You're gonna take your arms back, lean back like, this is quite nice. And we're gonna do a chest stretch. So deep breath in, exhale, press the chest up toward the ceiling or the sky. Squeeze the scapulas back behind you and breathe, opening up the chest and the anterior deltoids, that's the front of your shoulders. And release it. Try that one more time. Deep breath in and exhale and lift. Feel the stretch and release. Good. Come on up. The opposite of that is our upper back. So you're going to take your hands, clasp them together, rotate, press them out toward me, and as you exhale, you're going to round the back and push your arms toward me. Here we go. Inhale, exhale, and round the back. Drop your shoulders, push your hands toward me, and release. Come up. Let's do that again. Inhale, and exhale, round the back, push your arms toward me. If your shoulders are up by your ears, press them down, relax, and release, and let go. Good job. One more exercise for you, and that's going to be for our neck and right in here, which we call the trapezius. So I'd like you to tilt your head to one side, and as you do that, take your hand of the opposite side, press it down to the floor. With the other hand, gently place it on the side of your head and tilt it a little bit further to that side. Do you feel that? You should feel a stretch right along here. A nice stretch if you've been working at your desk, have a lot of stress and you find that your shoulders are up by your ears. Release it, and let's take it to the other side. Extend this arm down, bring this one up, place it on the side of the head, and exhale as you tilt it further to this side. Relax the body. The more that you can relax, the more that you're going to be able to stretch. And release. And now for the back of the neck, you're going to drop your chin to your chest, place your hands on the back of your head, and gently and easy just drop those elbows in. And exhale. And release. Good job. That completes total body stretching for beginners. Remember, you can do all three stretching programs together or choose one at a time. If you use the program on a regular basis, you'll become more limber and have more flexibility than you ever thought possible.